Hello everyone, welcome to the Oracle of the Central Sun. I am Michelle. This video today is a look at being uncomfortable. And I know that this is not a word that we actually like to hear, but I would like to offer that it is such a big part of our awakening journey and our spiritual path. You know, when we walk on the path of awakening, we go through so many layers and so many cycles. But one thing that I've noticed in my own life and in the life of my clients is that for various periods along the awakening journey, sometimes for shorter periods, for longer periods, we go through times where things and our outer world and experiences can be extremely uncomfortable. And by uncomfortable, I mean that we are presented with circumstances, people, experiences, places where we experience things that is not an opening or a yes in our body, something that we would love to have in our lives. And often you will hear in certain spiritual circles that the more awake you are, the more bliss you will experience, and life is supposed to be perfect and you can manifest your personal life, manifest your perfect life. And yes, that can be true to a certain extent. And there's also the other side. And in spiritual awakening, there's always these two sides to a story. Because one of the ways that the universe helps us to awaken and evolve as the universe itself in our personal perspective is by giving us uncomfortable experiences. And this actually helps us to expand because we are offered uncomfortable experiences in order for us to practice, to open a little bit more and open a little bit more, and to be able to say yes to more and yes to experiences that maybe we didn't ask for, that we never expected to arrive in our lives. Really challenging things that can show up. And if we can learn and say yes, and even walk in gratitude with these experiences, then we really expand into a new version of ourselves. And I don't mean that we need to bypass anything. There is such an important part in these uncomfortable experiences to work with our shadows, to work with our pain and expand into those places. And it's all part of the journey. And the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that when we try and avoid painful, uncomfortable things all the time, we actually become stagnant in our awakening journey, because it is a polarity of expansion that we are experiencing, in the sense that we need to be able to go into our depths, into our darkness, into our shadow world in order to expand. And the lower you can go, the higher you can go. And the more you can open to these uncomfortable things, the more you can also open into your highest self and your highest potential. So some of the ways that I would like to offer in which we deal with these uncomfortable things is being extremely kind and gentle with yourself. There is no such thing as, negative karma, in the sense that, oh, I'm experiencing something extremely painful and uncomfortable. I must have done something really bad in order to experience this in my life. The universe is absolutely neutral. It works in the best way to expand us. And sometimes it really is through things that we never would have chosen. Very, very painful things, very uncomfortable things. And the first thing to open up into these uncomfortable places is to give ourselves as much kindness and as much gentleness as we possibly can offer ourselves. Because this is also part of the awakening journey, is that we expand into loving and accepting and gratitude energies in all different life circumstances. The judgment factor diminishes over time, and it really changes how we experience the world in such a big way. And apart from the gentleness and kindness, is to also really give yourself time. You know, life is a bit like a video game in the sense that as we wake up, we are sometimes presented with more and more and more challenging situations. And it sometimes takes a lot of time and practice and love and kindness and gentleness to really work with certain life situations and experiences that come our way. So be patient with yourself. Be really, really patient, and bring that love and kindness and gentleness into every situation. And on days when it is very, very hard, even just ask yourself, if I was my kindest, gentlest, most patient self, what would I offer myself in this circumstance today? And I really, really am with you. I've experienced so many painful, uncomfortable circumstances, and sometimes for long periods of time. I'm not going to say that, if you do exactly the right thing, things will change like in a magic moment, and better things will come your way. Each circumstance is so unique, and our individual paths are so unique, that sometimes we will experience pain for long periods of time, and I'm not going to say that isn't true. But it is such a beautiful path of inner expansion and awakening and growth into who you really are when you, over long periods of time of difficulty and challenge, can give yourself that love and gentleness and kindness and patience. And I don't mean that that is always a soft thing. When we become more discerning, sometimes love can be telling yourself that you now have to get up and get going and do something different, That discernment also develops as we walk with this kindness and gentleness and patience with ourselves. And it is a beautiful, beautiful path, because the more of those things we can offer ourselves, the more we can offer them to people around us as well. And the more we do that, the more we change the world from the inside out, one person at a time. Thank you so much for being here. I am the Oracle of the Central Sun, and I help you on your awakening journey. I do healing sessions. I show you the blueprint of your life in terms of astrology. I guide you with divination on your path. And I would love to assist you if there's any part of your journey that feels challenging right now. Please leave a comment or an emoji if you enjoyed this, and please share it with other people. I will see you again next time.